Imagine a world where sound itself becomes a weapon, where one recording, no longer than a heartbeat, can pull your mind into a place you'll never escape. This is not just an urban legend. This is the story of the last broadcaster film that begins like a simple mystery about a missing podcast, but evolves into a horrifying revelation about what happens when we give technology unlimited access to our senses. The story begins in New York City, late at night. A young journalist named Claire Duvall is scrolling through obscure message boards, looking for leads. She covers strange phenomena, urban legends, missing persons cases, unsolved mysteries. That night, she stumbles across a thread titled, "The Audio That Should Never Be Played." At first, it looks like a typical internet creepypasta, people trading horror stories about cursed recordings. But one comment stands out. "It's real. My brother heard it. Now he won't wake up." Curiosity pulls Claire deeper. She discovers that multiple users are linking the recording to a podcast host named Ethan Marris, who vanished 2 months earlier. Ethan was known for his underground show, Night Frequencies, where he investigated paranormal signals, numbers, stations, mysterious phone calls, EVP recordings. His final episode was abruptly deleted from every platform, but whispers online say it contained the sound. Claire decides to investigate. She visits Ethan's abandoned studio. Dust covers the equipment, but the walls are plastered with soundwave printouts. Strange frequency charts filled the room, marked with notes like "Dan T play past 7.2 kHz, and the broadcast listens back." On his desk, she finds a flash drive. Against her better judgment, she plugs it into her recorder. The audio begins innocently, static, a faint hum. But within seconds, a low frequency builds, like a vibration inside her bones. She cuts it off quickly, her heart racing. For the rest of the night, she can't shake the feeling that something is following her. The next day, she interviews people who knew Ethan. A sound engineer recalls that Ethan was obsessed with a government archive of emergency broadcasts. He believed one of them contained something non-human, an intrusion buried inside the waves. Another friend claims Ethan told him, "It's not a recording, it's a door." As Claire digs deeper, she notices a disturbing pattern. Every person connected to Ethan's final episode has either disappeared, fallen into a coma, or gone insane. The authorities dismiss it as urban hysteria, but Claire realizes the recording might be spreading like a virus. One night, she dreams she's back in the studio. The walls pulse like lungs, and the waveform posters twist into grotesque faces screaming without sound. She wakes drenched in sweat, only to find her recorder still on, still playing the static X. She never pressed play. Terrified, she seeks help from Dr. Alan Richter, a neuroscientist who studies auditory hallucinations. He runs tests on the file and discovers something chilling. The waveform contains ultrasonic patterns that shouldn't exist in human audio, frequencies that activate parts of the brain linked to perception and reality itself. Richter warns her, "This isn't just sound. It's a signal trying to rewrite your mind." But by then, it's too late. Claire has already heard enough. She begins to notice distortions in the world around her, shadows stretching too long, conversations looping like broken records, strangers mouthing words seconds before they speak them. She's slipping between dimensions triggered by the broadcast. The film escalates when Claire uploads her findings online, warning others not to play the recording. But the internet is hungry for forbidden content. The clip leaks onto forums, then social media, then live streams. Millions begin to hear fragments of it, each one changing them in subtle, terrifying ways. Riots break out in cities where the signal spreads fastest. Some people enter trance-like states, wandering aimlessly as if following an unheard voice. Others become violent, repeating words from the broadcast in unison. In one haunting sequence, a massive crowd gathers in Times Square at midnight, holding their phones up. The broadcast plays simultaneously, and the screen shows thousands of eyes glaze over. In the silence that follows, they all turn their heads in the same direction, as if waiting for instructions. Claire realizes the truth. Ethan didn't vanish. He was taken by the signal itself. His consciousness dissolved into the frequency, and now it's using human technology as a gateway to spread. The broadcast isn't just sound, it's alive, and it wants an audience. The climax hits when Claire confronts the full recording, in a soundproof chamber, trying to trace its origin. As she listens, she sees visions of Ethan trapped inside endless static, screaming silently as waves of energy consume him. He reaches out, warning her to stop, but the signal floods her mind. The screen flickers with distorted images of cities burning, oceans of faces chanting in unison. and the terrifying suggestion that the broadcast is not from Earth at Alit SA call, from somewhere else, something waiting to enter through us. In the final act, Claire manages to cut the recording off, but not before she loses something vital. Her own voice. When she tries to speak, only static comes out. The last scene shows her sitting in front of a microphone, her eyes hollow, as she begins a new podcast episode. The camera zooms in, and through her broken voice, we hear the broadcast again, spreading to the audience. The credits roll in silence, leaving viewers with the terrifying implication that by watching, by listening, they too have heard pieces of the signal. The last broadcast is more than horror. It's a chilling metaphor about technology's grip on us. We chase every forbidden clip, every viral sound, without questioning what it does to our minds. And in our hunger for connection, maybe we've already given the signal exactly what it wants. An audience too large to resist.